Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Got another video for you guys. Um, let me see if I can get this to focus better. Anyway, what you see here, these are some of my most recent acquisitions. Some of these I've had for a while, like all of these over here. These I've accumulated over time, and sometimes it's just nice. It's motivating to see a big stack of silver, a big pile of silver, and it feels good. It looks good. It's fun to look at. I know oftentimes I find myself looking at other people's channels, just to see, just to look at some silver. Some pieces are very unique, and even the pieces that you've seen a million times, like the silver eagles, those are, to me, those are fun to look at too. I know some people are like, hey, those are boring. The only thing that changes is the year. They pretty much all look the same. You've seen one, you've seen them all. Yeah, either way, and that is true. Everything they say is 100% true, but I still enjoy looking at them. So anyway, got a couple reasons for making this video. Earlier today, I made another video, and I posted it because I did not want to have to redo it, and it ended up being about almost 30 minutes long, like 26 minutes long. Anyway, I go over some frequent questions. There's a question that I've been getting a lot as of late with all the events going on around the world, and I thought I would take the time to answer it, and I ended up digressing into a whole bunch of other things. So I wanted to redo it with this one. Most likely I'm going to take the other video down because it's a bit lengthy, and I like short videos myself, so I'm going to try to make this one more straight to the point. What I think I'm going to do to include all that information, because it was a lot, is I'm just going to make more shorter videos, but each one more topic specific, so to speak. But this one, even though the purpose was to stay within the topic, I have a few things that I'd like to include. I'm not going to take a long time. But one, I said I like to look at other people's videos, because they have some cool stuff to look at. Anyway, you guys check out Silver Stacks Prepper. Check out his channel. It has been growing. It's relatively new. But again, that's Silver Stacks Prepper, and he just does a lot of he tries to inspire his viewers. He shows a lot of new acquisitions and talks about, just throws different ideas on how you can grow your stack and how you can build wealth. Even though it is a little bit at a time, it's a lot like, there's a book called The Richest Man in Babylon, and a lot of the ideas, teachings that are in that book are very much aligned with the message, at least the message I've been getting from Silver Stacks Prepper. But anyway, I'd like to give him a big shout out. He's also given me some tips on how to grow my channel. So that's that. Check out his channel. Another one is, a lot of you, if you're here on my channel, most likely you've heard of him, the Junius Malpi channel. He does a lot of explanation into the history of precious metals, and also goes over a lot of current events. He kind of keeps you in the loop of what's going on around the world. A lot of things that are not being talked about on the nightly news. He'll make sure you're up to speed on that. Again, that's Junius Malpi. He can be a little bit direct with his words, so just don't take it personal If some of the things he says offend you, just, he feels very strongly about the topics he speaks about, and just kind of, take look for the positive. Try and learn and grow from it, because he is a wealth of knowledge. Anyway, but again, that's Junius Malpe. And then the other one that I wanted to give a big shout out to is another overtaxed taxpayers. And again, that channel's pretty decent size. So if you're watching my channel, most likely you've seen his videos or heard of him. If you haven't already, check out his channel, give him a subscribe. And anyway, we'll get to it. First thing I wanted to cover that's here that you're looking at is I want to direct your attention to this. This is my newest acquisition. Came in today. It's not silver, but it is definitely knowledge, and definitely useful, and entertaining too as well. So I personally know the author of this book from a cop's viewpoint, Investigations 101. I'm going to be reading this book from what little I've been seeing about it, and knowing the author. They go over some very unique and interesting stories during the author's career in law enforcement. So definitely I'd encourage you guys to check this book out. And if you're tuning into my channel, I'll be giving you guys some feedback. I'll be sharing some of my thoughts as I'm reading this book. It's actually not a very big book, so if you're a bookworm, you could probably get through it in about 2 or 3 days. For me, this will keep me entertained for about 3 weeks. So I'll let you guys know. And then, of course, what's the point of having precious metals if you have nothing to protect it with? So, ladies and gentlemen, get some protection, get some home defense. I got a feeling that things are gonna be getting a little rough. We got a little bit of a bumpy road ahead, and things are gonna get much worse before they get better, and they will get better. So I'm not trying to alarm anyone, but just for safety reasons, you want to be able to protect your home, protect yourself, protect your family. You don't want to be running to the stores trying to acquire some of this protection at the last minute when everybody else is there. And then you might have to stand in line for an hour, and then you might have to stand in another line after you get into the store, only to find out that they just ran out. And of course, you'll be paying a lot more money for this stuff too. So get it while it's at the stores. And if all you can afford is one box, then get one box. You don't need to pick up a whole bunch. So just accumulate at your pace, and don't put yourself in a bind trying to acquire some of these prep items. So anyway, today I picked up these little baggies here. Now each of these has 10 silver quarters. So I got me a few of them, and what I've been doing is I actually put away the money. Actually, I've been paying the seller every other week. I'll give him what I can. I take it at my pace, and at some point I accumulate enough that I can walk away with some decent amount of silver, and that's what I did. So I picked that up today. Now these are cool. I thought they'd be neat to look at. These are 2 ounce. I'm sorry. These are 1 ounce bars, and I don't know how many are in that bag. I think there's like 20 of them. And these are the 2-ounce bars. These ones here are a little bit fatter. But I don't know. I like the way that these look a little less than perfect, but it's still 999 fine silver. This one here I picked up today. This is a piece dollar. 35 bucks. There's a little bit of a premium there, but that's okay. Silver, I believe, will be going much, much higher in dollar value. So it's a good investment. When the economy crashes, and it is on its way down, I'll be going into that here in a minute as to why I believe it's going to be doing that. But definitely pick you up some silver. Again, accumulate at your own pace. Don't get yourself in trouble trying to get in a hurry. These two pieces, now this one here I've had, you've probably seen in my videos before. It's my only one that I have. It's a 308 replica made out of silver. So it's a decent size. And then of course, this one I picked up today. This is a 223. So you can see how the 308 is significantly bigger. I don't know if I'm getting a good shot of that. And then I just have I just threw a bunch of silver here on the side, assorted from different places, different countries. This one here is a very old Mexican silver coin. Oh, very neat. A lot of these are quarters. Here's another piece dollar. No, it's not. Had me fooled. Eisenhower. I think that's who that is. Anyway. So I got a bunch of those. There's actually a coin here that doesn't really belong. And I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see it. That thing right there. This is a plastic quarter. And I found this. I forget where I found it. But I was like, oh, this is neat. I've been wanting to include it in one of my videos. So anyway, all the way up until 1964, quarters like these had 90% silver content. The easiest way you can tell, of course, is looking at the sides. I'm trying to zoom that in. Right there. Looking at the sides, you're not going to see different color layers. A lot of all the new coins, you can see different layers on them. Let me see if this one will show it. For some reason, my phone is not letting me. There it is. This one's got a couple different colors because this one is not made out of silver. This one was a gift, and that's why I have it in my pile. But this one here is plastic. Now, the reason I wanted to throw that in there is because I've been hearing a lot about this coin shortage. Rest assured, everyone, this is part of a psyop. There is no coin shortage. There is no reason for there to be a coin shortage. The reason I say that is because coins are not made out of silver. If they were made out of silver, then a silver shortage could lead to a coin shortage. Make sense? But coins these days are not made out of silver. They're made out of cheap base metals like zinc and just a bunch of trash metals. They might as well be made out of plastic. They're man-made metals. There's nothing that you'll find. The mixtures that you'll find in a coin is not like anything you would find on the periodic table of elements. So when they say there's a coin shortage, well, what's the reason for that? Is this like a real, is this a coin shortage that is being created by the central banking system? Do they want there to be a coin shortage? Because there is no reason for a coin shortage to be happening. All they have to do is, get a bunch of recycled metal and stamp out a bunch of new coins, and there you go. So anyway, something's going on there. I don't trust that this is an organic situation. And I think we'll be seeing more on that in the upcoming months. So I wanted to talk about the petrodollar and the situation. Many of you know that, or many of you don't know, that Nigeria and Saudi Arabia have entered into trade agreements with Russia. Reason is they were not allowed. I want to choose my words carefully. They weren't doing this before because of this thing called the petrodollar. Nigeria and Saudi Arabia are both OPEC countries, oil producing countries, and they were only allowed due to an agreement with the Richard Nixon administration in 71, I believe. They were only allowed to sell oil in US dollars, and in return they were getting military protection from the United States. Well, due to the botched operation in Afghanistan, the Taliban, literal cavemen, these people that were living in caves, came out of their caves. They don't even know how to read. And they they pushed out the US government. They took over the entire country. They basically pushed out the US Armed Forces on August 31st. They killed like 14 of our people, and last I saw, like 200 Afghans died in this attack, and the US does nothing about it. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you're angry, if you're frustrated with that situation. I totally understand. In this platform, we got to be careful what we say, because then the video will get taken down and then nobody will see it. So anyway, lots of people are very, very pissed off with the current administration and their handling of the situation in Afghanistan. So due to the mismanagement of the situation in Afghanistan, many countries throughout the world have lost confidence and faith in the US military. The Taliban currently is throwing parades with US Humvees, US military equipment. They got M4s, they got ammunition, they got $85 billion worth of US military equipment. They have helicopters, they have just all kinds of stuff. Night vision, and this is all stuff that you paid for with your tax dollars. Yeah, it's pretty infuriating. But the Taliban is celebrating, and the world sees that, and they don't trust that the United States military is as mighty as it once was. And because of that, on the world stage, because countries no longer believe that the US is a strong nation with a strong military, they are more emboldened to enter into trade agreements with other countries. So yeah, this whole thing that we've known as the petrodollar, and the petrodollar, that's a whole nother topic for another day, another video, another day. But feel free to research that. Once you understand the petrodollar, a lot of things going on throughout the world are going to make sense, a lot more sense. That's actually a very big piece of the puzzle, is the petrodollar. So make sure you do your research on that. Anyway, so due to these new trade agreements with the OPEC nations entering into trade agreements with China and Russia, that means that we as a nation will no longer be able to export our inflation. And what that means is a lot of US dollars are going to be coming back to the US. Remember in the old days when we had silver certificates, it said right on there, this certifies that there is on deposit in the treasury of the United States of America $5 in silver payable to the bearer on demand. So this banknote was redeemable for silver, and there were other banknotes that were redeemable for gold. In 1971, Richard Nixon took us off the gold standard, and this is what is going to end up happening. This is where we're going. The Biden administration just approved I think it was a $1.5 trillion infrastructure plan. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that in the comment section below. I believe it was $1.5 trillion. They're already talking about the next plan. It's over $3 trillion. Every month they're introducing over $1 trillion of new currency into the economy. This is what that leads to. This is where we're headed. Right here. And what that means is everything's going to get real expensive. We're going to reach a tipping point where no one's going to be able to keep up with it, with the inflation. So right now, while you can, just if you can afford a little extra food, just non-perishable items. I'm not going to tell you what to do or what to get, but you know, you can determine that and just accumulate at your own pace. But make sure you're putting something away, because some pretty tough times are coming up. All right, so I'll leave it at that. This video is only a few minutes shorter, but I felt like I was able to say a lot more, and yeah, I feel like I got my message. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you did not enjoy this video, be sure to hit the thumbs down button, but make sure you hit it twice, because I might not get your negative feedback if you only do it once. So make sure you hit that thumbs down button twice. And if you like this video, give me a subscribe.